here's the problem. This circuit breaker, one of the legs has failed. We need to replace it for the stove and the oven. I'm going to show you how to replace the circuit breaker on this electrical panel. I caused a problem when I fixed the oven the other day. You can check out my other video showing how to do that and taking a look at what the problem was. And now I've got a breaker that needs to be changed out in here. So let me show you how it's done. When you're working in an electrical panel, you're at your own risk. I can't be responsible for any action you take. You've got to be super careful. There's live power in here. You don't want to mess around if you don't know what you're doing. You could get seriously injured or even die. This is the main breaker for the house right here. So when I turn that off, it'll kill power to the entire house. But there'll still be live power coming in from the electrical company. Okay, so here's how I found my problem. Got a multimeter. I'll include a link to Amazon where you could pick one of those up, setting it to AC voltage. This breaker's turned on. You cross from the ground up to this wire. You notice it's only showing 32 volts. It should be 120. Here's the other leg, 120 right there, 119. So that suggests that there's a problem with this. With our incoming power, if we check that, we've got 119 here. I've got 119 there. So incoming power is good. We could check other breakers as well, and we'll see those showing the appropriate power, but this leg's fried, so we got to replace this circuit breaker. So for safety, you got to turn power off to the entire panel here. Because there's not a disconnect, this feeds directly from the main incoming power from the power company. When we turn off the main breaker, 100 amps here, that killed power to the entire house. The power is dead all at the back here on the bars. It's dead at each of these breakers except the two incoming power feeds right here. So those still have 120 volts. So you got to be really careful with that. Now this is a good place. You can use your multimeter. You can use your little tester like this. See how it lit up? We know those are still live. Now if we come check the others, none of it's live. So we're going to replace the breaker with this new one right here. This is another 40 amp breaker. You see it's 2-pole. It's both breakers tied together. Things like your stove, your air conditioning unit, and other high power items in your home tend to use these, maybe an electric dryer. To do this, we're going to rock the old breaker out and then swap the wires over. Now, one thing to point out, there are a variety of different circuit breaker manufacturers. There's some slight differences in how it can attach. Ideally, you would have the same breaker as the rest of the panel. So we're going to grab the breaker and rock it out like this. Now, my electrician friend gave me the hint that if I leave these attached, it'll make it easier to swap them to the new breaker. So, there we go. I'm just going to take one leg right now and then attach it into the new leg, put it in. We need to tighten this down good. All right, we got one in. Let's get the other one out. The other in. Okay, we're getting this tightened down. They're good. So, that wasn't very hard, was it? Now, we need to look at the way this is going to rock back in, same way it came out. I'm working right next to the main incoming power here, so I gotta be extra careful with that. Feels nice and snug in there. Pretty quick, pretty easy. And we can turn power back on and check that we got power through the whole system again. We can turn the main on here. I've looked, made sure I didn't leave any tools, make sure I'm in a safe condition, and let's check. There's a new breaker, got 119 there, and 119 there. So everything else should still be good. If you want, you can check some other power. There's the incoming. Before we go in to fix the oven, we're going to close this up. You don't want to leave an open electrical panel. That's just asking for some trouble. Potential of kids or somebody getting in and having an unsafe condition. We'll go ahead and also get our panel put back on here, the cover. Smooth. Excellent. All right, so there you go. That's how easy it is to change a circuit breaker. Again, there are some serious safety issues if you're working in a circuit panel. So I showed what I did. I can't be responsible for any choices or decisions you make. Thanks so much for watching Tomahawk DIY. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like the video and subscribe. That really helps the YouTube algorithm let more people know the good content I'm creating. So if you found this helpful, smash that like button and leave a comment. Have a great day.